Tama ba yun?
Yes, sir. Around that figure, sir. Ano na rin po, case filled up na rin po at mag-file na rin kami ng kaso laban po sa mga perpetrators ng importation na yan. Chair,
Anong
Mr. Chair.
pangalan ng company?
Anong pangalan ng company? Well, sorry ang haba ng listahan ko.
Kung, Mr. Chair, mukhang
Hindi. I think the public deserves to know.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
Mr. Chair, pahingi lang ko ng konting oras. I-verify lang po namin sa enforcement namin yung pangalan ng mga ng kumpanya.
Mr. Chair,
No more question.
may I answer the question, sir? It's Pacific Seafood, sir.
yeah. Pacific Ceylan Foods Corporation, yun ang nakalagay sa Inquirer kahapon. Tama ba yun?
One moment, sir.
Sino may-ari? Wala na. Nasa panahon na tayo, papangalanan muna natin. Sino may-ari? Hindi na nga. Sino tunay na may-ari? Anyway, I'll give you more time.
Yes, sir. Kasi pinadala rin lang sa amin, sir. So,
So, Mr. Chair, baka pwede kuhanin na rin yung GIS, General Information Sheet sa
Okay,
SEC.
so,
May-ari
grabe na.
nung
taga-SEC ka na ngayon.
company.
ComSec. Yung SEC doon, SEC. So, are you okay?
Mr. Chair, last question, ang pinagmumula ng malaking smuggling, to para sa Bureau of Custom, saka sa DA, yung technical smuggling, yung undervaluation or misdeclaration. Kung mapapansin natin, yung importation ng opals at mechanically deboned meat is more than 50% ng ini-import na chicken and pork meat. Ibig sabihin, dito mukhang pinadadaan yung smuggling, technical smuggling. Kasi ang tariff ng MDM or mechanically deboned meat,
0.
5% or 0 lang. While yung chicken, nasa 40%, ang pork ay 15 and 25%. So, dapat ito ilagay lahat sa red lane. Kasi, at yung top 10, Mr. Chair, na nag-i-import ng opals at mechanically deboned meat na hindi naman meat processors, pwede ba i-submit, kuhanin yung top 10, ibigay sa ating committee, and then hanapin natin yung mga may-ari ng mga importers na yan. Dahil naniniwala tayo na isa yan sa pinagmumulan ng malaking smuggling ng pork and chicken importation. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Aziz, sino nag-i-issue ng SPSIC para sa LPDC? Livestock, poultry, and
It's the Bureau of Animal Industry.
BAI.
Yes, sir.
Is the BIA around?
Yeah, we have a representative from the BAI, sir.
I want the director.
So the director is not present today,
Okay.
Mr. Chair. Thank you.
So anyway, at least we know. So any further questions, sir? We will come back.
Okay. Thank
I
you.
promise to come back.
Thank you,
The
Mr. Chair.
speaker is giving us all the time, unless it is the quad who wants to use them. May I now recognize Congresswoman Green, then after that Robes, then Revilla, then Kimbo. I'm sorry, Kimbo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, dun po sa inyong opening statement, nasabi niyo po na controlling food prices remains the urgent national concern for the Filipino public. Tama po. May I suggest, Mr. Chair, that while I agree with the word controlling, I believe it's time to change that to humanizing food prices dahil hindi na po makatarungan ang presyo ng ating pagkain. So, Mr. Chair, allow me to continue where some of our colleagues took off. So, unahin po natin sa bigas. Hindi po ba meron tayong producers kasi ito ay naimbestiga na ng ating pinakapoging co-chair ngayon sa harap, si Congressman Mark Enverga. Hindi, pangalawa si Kong Biron. Pareho. So, Mr. Chair, dun po sa ating investigasyon, kung maalala nyo, producers, yung ating mga farmers, or the importers, and then yung ating traders, and we actually divided them into two, the wholesalers and the retailers, and the consumers. At dito na-establish na ang isang malaking problema ay tila hindi nagkakaintindihan sa definition ng farmer. Dahil karamihan na nagsasabing farmer sila ay farmer kunyari, pero ang katotohanan sila ay traders. And this was actually the biggest problem because the biggest price manipulation was apparently happening in that niche of the chain of rice production. So may I ask, Mr. Chair, kasi ito po, nung tinanong sa DA, I believe Kong Mark Enverga would recall na hindi na ibibigyan ng tamang definition. So may we inquire from the Department of Agriculture, how do you define a rice farmer? In that case, we were asking them, how do you define an onion farmer?
We have the registry system for the basic farmers and fisher folks.
RSBSA.
RSBSA po. At ngayon po, ginagawa namin na improvement dito ay hindi lang po yung pangalan ng farmer, kundi pati po yung lupa na sinasaka. Ibig sabihin, kailangan meron siyang actual na sinasakang lupa para matawag siya na farmer at makonsider po na siya ay isang magsasaka.
Naka-GIS ba siya?
Naka-geotag po siya at ganoon din po ang ating mga mangingisda. Hindi lang po siya basta nakarehistro bilang mangingisda, kundi nakalagay din po doon kung meron ba siyang bangka o wala at ano po ang gear na kanyang ginagamit. So that is how we define farmers now, both conceptually and operationally.
Yeah, thank you for that, Yusek Asis, Yusek Perez. So, Mr. Chair, kaya ko ito tinanong, balikan lang natin yung usapin ng sibuyas. And of course, we thank the leadership of the House and Speaker Romualdez when he really had the balls and the political will to investigate it, kaya nga bumaba ang presyo. And of course, our salute also to Congressman Erwin Tulfo, who was very active in that advocacy. Mr. Chair, kung tibabalikan po natin ang usapin ng sibuyas, nakita po natin na tila yung ibang nagclaim na farmer ay hindi naman talagang farmer, but they were actually traders. But you can find them in the official list of DA. Bakit? Ang sasabihin kasi nila, sila ang nagkakapital, sila ang nagbibigay ng nagbibigay ng cold chain, ng warehouse, cold storage, at kaya lumalabas na farmer sila. But if you really look at the real picture, they were actually the local traders and malalaking traders. So you were asking kanina, Mr. Chair, I was monitoring while I was traveling here, nasabi niyo po yung kwentong binenta sa FTI at I believe that was 500 plus ba yun? 520. But it was sold at the Kadiwa stores for 260, 250. Kaya ang ibig sabihin no, nagpalugi ng ilang milyon ang gobyerno. And mind you, kung pinamigay na lang yon na assistance sa farmers, that could have been better. Dahil karamihan ng sibuyas na ito ay nabulok at hindi na ibenta dahil wala namang cold storage. Pangalawa, pinilit ibenta yung hindi pa, kumbaga, pinilit i-harvest. That was actually what we saw. Pinilit i-harvest kasi nagkaroon nga ng shortage at sa pag-aakala nung mga naging utak ng programang ito sa DA, pinilit i-harvest. So hindi naman maibebenta at hindi rin nagamit kaya marami ang nabulok, and that was documented by a lot of pictures. What we are pointing at is the fact na nakadagdag pa ito sa problema. Dahil nung kapanahonan na dapat aanihin na yung sibuyas ay hindi na maani, inani sa panahon na hindi mo naman mapapakain or mapapagamit sa tao, and contributed more to shortage of onions. So I believe this is a similar problem, Mr. Chair, dun sa iba pa nating mga kinokonsume. Can the DA confirm that, Mr. Chair?
Asis.
Yes, we confirm, Mr. Chair, that this happened in the past, and we're learning from it, and we have institutionalized measures to prevent it from happening again. We cannot deny what happened before.
So may I ask if the G2G was between AMAS and FTI again on rice?
In the case of G2G between FTI and
AMAS.
Kadiwa and
Ah.
AMAS, this is fully supervised by the secretary, and we conduct meetings almost weekly to make sure that the problem that happened in the past will not happen again. That's why, sir, at least in the case for rice, nakakabenta po tayo sa Kadiwa ng 42 ngayon when the prevailing price is around 50. And so that's a very different story from our previous experience.
From the previous onion.
And this applies also to other commodities. In fact, Mr. Chair, in the case of Kadiwa, lahat po ng presyo ng commodities doon mas mura ng 20 hanggang 30 pesos kaysa ordinaryong palengke.
May tanong ka pa?
So, Mr. Chair, sa usaping bigas, magkano po ba ang kilo ng bigas ngayon?
55.
Are we going to consider it that, so if DA, Mr. Chair, has the price?
We are
More or less.
monitoring prices, Mr. Chair.
More or less, if you can give us a figure para meron tayong gamitin sa
We
discussion.
will submit the actual price, but it's a range. Meron ho kaming monitoring on a
Yeah,
weekly basis.
just give us the range.
The range now, the lowest po sa imported po is, ang imported po ngayong week na to, ang pinakamura po ay 44 sa imported regular milled. Pero doon po sa local commercial rice po natin, ang pinakamura po ay 43 pesos.
So
mas
it's a
mura po
range of
yung-
44 to what and 43 to what? So we can have the average.
Opo. Pag 44 to 59 po sa imported, and 43 po to 59 yung local.
Okay, sabihin na natin for purposes of discussion, Mr. Chair, that the average price of rice now per kilo is 50 pesos. Pwede ba yon? That's the average.
That appears to be correct.
Okay. So kung 50 pesos ang average price per kilo of rice, how much was it? Magkano po yun nung hindi pa binawasan ang taripa?
We can give you the data in September, ma'am. Kasi halos pareho po yung
Yes,
presyo noon,
please.
no? So nung hindi pa po bumaba, nung September po kasi hindi pa nag-i-effect yung taripa po, halos 47 to 60 po 'yon sa imported based on our price monitoring, and pagka po naman sa local 47 to 60.19. So mas mura pa rin po yung local ng konti.
No, what I meant was, nung wala pa yung taripa, yung andyan dyan yung taripa, magkano ang naging presyo ng bigas?
Around 48 to 61 po before the tariff reduction. You mean?
Yes.
And pag sa local po, between 48, ang pinaka-lowest po to 62.
Okay,
Before
let's talk
effect
about
of
the imported kasi doon yung taripa, di ba?
Yes.
Okay, before the reduction of tariff, before binabaan, magkano po ang range na presyo ng bigas?
So yung imported po is around, I'd say 48, yung lowest. And
The
then,
range is 48 to what?
to about 61 po.
To 61. So masasabi mo na ang average niya is nasa mga 54.5.
Guys, it's around that figure po.
Because in the data that was presented earlier by Congresswoman Stella Kimbo, what was shown was 51.12 and a reduction to 50.68. Do you confirm this?
Our data is limited to those of Metro Manila data. As
Okay.
for the national average, I think PSA was able to provide the number.
So ang pinapakita po, Mr. Chair, ng PSA ay nung hindi pa binawasan ang taripa or kung ang buwis na pinapatong natin sa bigas na ini-import, ang presyo ng bigas ay 51.12. Nung binawasan na ito ng 20% yung reduction no, sa tariff. The reduction in tariff was 20%. From 35%, naging 15% na lang. So ang expected nun, kaya nga binawasan ang buwis ng imported rice is para bumaba ang presyo. That's the intention of the President of the Republic of the Philippines dahil foremost in his advocacy is to reduce the rise of prices and the cost of food in our country. Subalit, sa pinapakita ng PSA, the reduction is only 0.44 cents, Mr. Chair.
Yes, to support you, I produced the chart.
Oh, thank you very
So
much,
the
Mr. Chair.
retail price based on PSA is the topmost. The red one is the imported, and the world price is the blue one. So it's apparent that the differential between the retail price and the imported price has widened. That can only happen if there's a cartel.
So the orange line is
Imported price.
imported, and the blue one is
The blue
world
one,
price.
The world price, it went down.
Okay. So, Mr. Chair, kung babalikan po natin, maybe people from DOF can orient us with the reduction. Puntahan natin yung reduction ng taripa. Nung binawasan ng 20% ang buwis na ibabayad sa bigas, magkano ang dapat na expected na pagbaba ng presyo ng bigas per kilo? Let's laymanize it para maintindihan ng tao. From our DOF representative, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I don't have the
Please
available
speak closely to the mic. please.
available data as of now, but the team only provided the percentage or the average.
Hindi,
by
ganito na lang.
industries.
Alam nyo o hindi?
We also base it on the.
Okay,
from
do you
the
have
data.
the figure or you don't have? And if you don't have, Mr. Chair,
So we'll send
pwede
it.
po bang metawagan ka sa opisina nyo para matumbok natin ang problema? Ang tanong is, nung hindi pa binawasan ang taripa, ikumpara sa pagbawas ng buwis na pinapatong sa bigas, binawasan ang buwis ng 20%. How much was the expected reduction on the price of rice per kilo? Para malinaw. Ibig sabihin, nung ginawa ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, ang political will, bawasan ang buwis ng bigas para hindi mahirapan ang taong bayan. This was expected to reduce the price of rice on how much per kilo?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chair. Yes, a
Yes.
brief interjection.
powerful. You have that? The one you
Mr.
showed.
Chair, perhaps we
Martin.
can ask
But anyway,
Director Glenn, what is the prevailing CIF price of broken, of well-milled? And then you multiply by 20%. That is the expected reduction on the retail market.
Sir,